gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the New York Giants. Returning it, John Ross. Oh, a good return up past the 30. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. So how about that? You want to talk about coming into a hostile environment and just silencing the crowd. They just did it.
Couldn't be a better start. There's no way. All week long, they've talked about having this type of a start, but I think they looked at it from the offensive team's perspective. You know, get the opening kickoff. You guys control the ball. A lot of people are now going to say, okay, now your offense, will they be out of whack? No, not at all. They're going to be absolutely happy. They're relaxed. They took care of business for them. They don't have any pressure now. They can just go play.
The extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This is Tony Pollard. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
And this is a really difficult window for Cleveland right now. They have this brutal road trip, coach. It's a 9-day, 6-game Western Conference swing. This is a find-out trip for the Cavs. Scarlett cannot hit. Well, this will be the most emotional game.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Aaron Robinson. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. I'm not sure exactly what they had planned for play number 1 from scrimmage, but I can guarantee it wasn't that interception.
No doubt about that one, because in their daydream, this was going to be a dream play to get things started. Instead, it turned into a nightmare for them.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
The throw over the middle taken in. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Here's a quick throw caught out wide. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
The Google Pixel 6 for all the Bucks fans, Serbian fans who became Nuggets fans, Heat fans who want to get rid of photobomb fans, Woj bomb fans, Top Shot fans, all or nothing fans.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Last time it wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about the game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
A run for Nick Chubb. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
That's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys that just gave up that play.
They go play action here on first down. That is caught by Lamb. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Here's 2nd and 10.
Well, look, they've taken some tough injuries with Rubio and Sexton. The key for them...
They'll set up a throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. This defense for the Giants, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while, because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
Going out wide, finds Chubb. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A big play that time on the catch and run. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Chubb is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Chubb again. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Nick Chubb with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Cowboys draw a bit closer. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And you know, certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good. And looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number one seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way. But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On play action, they'll throw. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. 7 yards, the pickup there. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's complete to John Ross. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 33.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Back to throw again. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A big play there on the catch and run.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a first and goal.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Open man, he's got him. It's Toney for a giant touchdown. Kadarius Toney with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. Now for the point after. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now Pollard. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard.
It's disappointing for the Cavs. If you said coming in, you can hold the Warriors to 42% and 26% for 3, you'd have a great chance to win the game. Instead, you're down 20 because the Warriors have gotten up 22 more shots than you have because of their Warrior offensive rebounding and Cleveland turnovers.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
It's the Warriors by 19 as we get ready for the fourth period.
A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score.
What if your resume could adapt and improve? You can create opportunities that let you be seen. An Indeed resume never stops working for you.
100 Classic, we actually changed it with Get a workout with the Hot Ready Classic with 33% more pepperoni. Pizza, pizza.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Now a second down at 6.
Why do nearly 1 million businesses choose Stamps.com to mail and ship? No more trips to the post office. No more paying full price for postage. And great rates from USPS.
Looking to throw.
UPS. Mail letters.
Drops it off for Chubb.
Anytime, anywhere.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10.
Stamps.com/try and never go to the post office again.
My basketball journey began when I was 2 weeks old. I attended my first basketball game at 2 weeks with my mom. I was going to
He'll look to throw.
2008 WNBA draft. I was picked number 1 by the
They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the strain, the next 2 to 3 seconds to continue.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. He's at the 40. 20, 10. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. Big boy earning his lunch. That's what you call rumbling with the ball, Charles.
Big man with football. He wasn't just earning lunch, Brandon. He was earning dinner. He was
midnight snack.
Everything that you could possibly do, he did it on that play to pick up the ball and go.
Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. And now here's Ross. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. It's got to be priority number 1 because margin for error is starting to slip away. Now it's down to a 1-score game.
And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. That catch good for only a couple. These 2 teams met at MetLife Stadium earlier this year with the Giants winning that one. So they are gunning for the sweep here in Dallas. Able to force him out of the pocket right, but still able to complete it. The way in. Touchdown, New York. A great play there. 77 yards. And the Giants strike quickly here for 6 points.
Starts to adapt.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wings or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Now a play fake here on first down. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown. CeeDee Lamb, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability. And there, Charles, he lined up out left, ran the post, got it over the middle, and the rest, as they say, is history.
And you have to love the scheme that they just showed there, because if you're going to run a deep post, you ordinarily have to get a safety out of the middle of the field. And you do it one of two ways. Either by running routes at him that carries him away from it, or you either freeze him in the middle with routes that run underneath so that he doesn't get depth. Then you throw it over the top, and boy, what a successful play that was.
Now Ross to return. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Thompson dribble a lot more than he typically does. I think maybe the absence of Draymond Green has something to do with that.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides of this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
He's probably the most versatile defender in the NBA and has a great shot to be the defensive player of the year. But offensively, his ability to orchestrate the offense is key.
Second and 10.
Curry and Thompson being able to play off the ball and catch and shoot a lot more than what we're seeing tonight.
Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of it.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Calling a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. Punter Sterling Hoffrichter out now on 4th down.
Surprisingly great race to fit any budget. I was good to get a quote today.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
There could be a lot of hardware with the players on these two teams. Don't forget the NBA All-Star Voting.
They run again on 1st down. Chubb. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
MVP candidate is Stephen Curry. Draymond Green, as Coach mentioned, potential defensive player of the year. Mobley is in that rookie of the year.
He'll drop to throw. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
in this game tonight, we're going to get a lot of bonus.
We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Flush down right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Garvin should be in, and Allen will have a chance to get in. And I think Mobley, as good as this rookie class is, a lot of good rookies.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
We cannot wait, Cleveland, to get to your city for All-Star Weekend this year.
Now back to throw. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 22-yard line. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving that.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And for the 3rd time here this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Aaron Robinson. And the Giants are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one. And they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Trying a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
Throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds just shy of the 20.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
Curry trying to turn the corner.
Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead to more issues.
A big connection on that one. 30 yards. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
You know it's not going to last forever. This guy's too good a shooter. He started the game today.
They'll look to throw again. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
Rocco's got plenty of time to step back, get his feet set, and knock it down.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Giants will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now up to 14. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
They're certainly in the thick of things and have as good a chance as anybody to do it. But Phoenix, Milwaukee, Chicago, Miami, Brooklyn, Utah are all going to have a say in that.
Klay Thompson certainly ups those odds for sure. His return to the NBA.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense, as they'll take over with just 13 seconds to go before the break. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Now, if I had to guess, I'd say somewhere upstairs there's a broken pipe.
So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Wednesday with the Mavs and the Knicks.
With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon in charge.
Yeah, Coach, certainly no shortage of action in those first two quarters. Definitely got to work on my touchdown calls, so we'll see how much voice I have left for the second half here. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
The opposing crowd, but not so for Rajon Rondo. He's not going to be affected by this at all. This guy's played a huge playoff game. He's been a part of 2 championship-winning teams, so this isn't going to phase him.
Off the Thompson missed. The Cavs have a chance to chip away. Rondo again, playmaking. Rondo lays it up. No. Disrupted by Looney. Rondo played 18 games with the Lakers this year. Made his debut Friday in Portland with Cleveland.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they're down on the scoreboard. Sort of a sloppy first half. And Coach Davis, if you were in the locker room, what would the message have been?
I think I'd have to go with something you don't ordinarily go with in the NFL.
They got his man complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. Like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch.
And I got a quick glimpse of him before the ball was snapped, and there was something about his body language where you could tell early in this play he wasn't just thinking first down. He was thinking end zone, and he got there.
Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Touchdown. He'll kick this one away. And now here's Ross. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
And that's exactly what happened. And a great point by you, Brian. He never gave up on it.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
Speed dribble for Rondo. He'll pull it out now. And Mobley.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw.
Man, are you fucking serious?
Picked off by Micah Parsons. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Thompson can't get that to go. Looney's got another one and cannot secure it.
Kevon Looney having a tremendous impact.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. Oh, Chubb fumbled it, and the Giants have it. It's picked up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I know one thing, the team that had the ball and was driving, they're going to feel horrible. But the team that was on defense, maybe we got to give them a little bit of credit, able to hang in there and force a key turnover.
In the red zone, though, had a chance to tie it and an opportunity missed. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. Open man right side is Ingram. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it.
People very excited in San Francisco to have this guy back. Not only because he increases their chances.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Tony. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second in just about a few inches here.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out, then you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a second and 10. And here's a handoff out of the gun. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive took a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Excellent work inside.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. That's complete to Tony. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
3 yards to the gain there, second down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've got their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown, Giants! Kadarius Toney, his second touchdown of the afternoon. afternoon. And the Giants go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Their last two. They had a dismal offensive performance in Dallas, and then they lost in New Orleans. Back-to-back losses is where it's going to stop. Really terrific.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing. Not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? A big play that time through the air. 30 yards. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. They'll set up to throw. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it's a 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And the Giants are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
Klay Thompson's return tonight, a success. 17 points.
And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag. In the pocket, chucked it away. Flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They'll set up a throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
One of the most popular players in the game with other players in the league, certainly with his own team, and certainly with Warrior fans.
We'll hear from Klay Thompson and many others on NBC TV. That's coming up next. It's the Kia postgame show.
They'll drop to throw. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
96-82 the final in San Francisco tonight. So long, everybody.
And the Giants send out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Elsewhere, 2nd half is underway up in Orchard Park. Now the Bills, they have added to their lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big connection
Why this nigga been fucking good
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
I turned my astrology gift into a business, which I'm sensing will require getting some help on my taxes.
I'd love to help. We can reduce your tax bill accordingly.
Looking to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Drops it off for Chubb. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it'll make it 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms. When you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
This is the new world of work. Each day looks different than the last. Whatever work becomes.
On play action, they'll throw.
ServiceNow platform linkage.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 31. Back to throw again. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air, because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you put that in the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Point after by Lambo, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
His aggression and the fearlessness with which he played, I mean, I thought that was the most positive sign in terms of how we look at it.
We're going to go wall-to-wall with Clay Day coverage, hearing from Clay, hearing from his teammates as they react to this. Plus, you're going to want to stick with us. Maybe the block of the year, the decade, the century coming.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. 1st downs a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Pretty normal for myself, so I was just happy to.
He finds the speedster Ross. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Andrew Thomas, former first rounder from Georgia, called for the penalty there. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They'll look to throw. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Back to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
Clay does his thing. He is so appreciated. You know, Steph is going to go down. He's probably the greatest Golden State Warrior ever, right up there with Rick Barry. But play confident, such a fan favorite in that city, and you see it here.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's incomplete. They cannot.
Oh my God, this motherfucker, yo.
It looked like he had it and dropped it. Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position.
You can tell, Smitty, this guy really wants to be back to where he was practically. And that's what I love, even before he went to he's a big-time competitor. I mean, he doesn't have a rah-rah like a lot of guys and scowling at guys and talking a lot, but the way he competes defensively, you know, those years he guarded Ross, he guarded KD, he guarded LeBron, he guarded Dame, he guarded CJ. You ask him to do so much, man.
They go play action here on first down.
I would say
this is caught, and he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They'll give it to Chubb, and he will take it in for a Cowboys score. Nick Chubb, his second touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. Lambo on for the extra point. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
To go ahead and get that dynasty fire lit again and get this team back to where they were so used to being.
You know, Jared, I don't think there's any pressure.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. Jalen Phillips, the edge man on the tackle.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now he dumps this off over the middle, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
They'll look to throw here on first down. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Second down and inches. He targets Ingram for another grab. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 39. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
We'll see play against the Grizzlies as part of Southfield on Tuesday night. Golden State in Memphis.
So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got it first and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. They'll look to throw again. Dancing to his left. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there. And it's second down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
Well, to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
We'll try again with the arm here on second down. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 25-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Back to throw now on first down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now In this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And it's caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down. They'll try to run this one in. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They've just likely won this thing in regulation. Extra point attempt here still to come. And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now Pollard. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it the 26.
Yes, the feed coaching together.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and making an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone that comes up and ends up making a play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases.
Well, if you're a fan of offensive football, this game is for you because this one's been much more like a tennis match than a football game. Back and forth, and there's another example right there of another big play in the passing game.
What I think is the blocker here, hopefully we have that video. We'll get that to you as soon as possible. What John Morant did was unbelievable in a couple moments ago.
He's back to throw. He'll fire deep downfield from Lamb. And this one is incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Those are not the best Steph Curry numbers ever. They certainly are an improvement on the previous 8 games, which was one of the worst 8-game stretches of his career.
Yeah, listen.
After the incomplete pass here now is 2nd and 10.
How brilliant his career has been. But even tonight, you remember, he started off in the crowd. So he had some struggles even after that first quarter. But ultimately, I think his presence does have such an impact on the team.
We'll get you live bonus coverage of the Lakers, but first, we'll get you back out to Chase Center.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it go again. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Aaron Robinson.
I drew the first play up, not for him, but for him to catch him and move it on. I should have known better. We just caught it
well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So for the Giants, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they'll return home next week to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for Dallas, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Tennessee Titans.